Dial us up on the web at ntnm.org, where over 38,000 shows have been watched. Direct link to YouTube over there. Community policing, we're really big on that. Sonny, of course, is the chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District. Go to his website, caps24.org, in order to see where all the community policing meetings are in Rogers Park and West Rogers Park. And if you're outside the area, call 311 to get them. We also want to congratulate Sonny. He finished a training course from the FBI, and he's been working very, very hard to make their top 10 list. And good luck on that, Sonny. As all of you know, this is election season, and it seems I've gotten very popular with lots of judges. And in many ways, that's one of the more interesting, some of the most interesting races this time around, because a lot of the other races just aren't. Of course, the presidential is very interesting, but a lot of the county races, I mean, it's Democrat or, I wish some of the Republicans good luck, because some of the Republicans are more qualified than some of the Democrats. But, we're going to concentrate in large part on judges. And I have here two judges. I have Judge of the Appellate Court, Robert Gordon. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Okay. And I have Circuit Court Judge Tom Lipscomb. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Tell me, Judge Lipscomb, and actually I have, whatever. You don't usually see me reading stuff, but this time we'll read a little bit because these are areas I'm not as familiar with. So you serve on the Circuit Court. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I serve in a jury trial courtroom, and the cases that I hear right now are cases involving automobile accidents and any personal injury that may arise from that accident, also any property damage that might arise from that accident. So those are the type of cases that I hear. So
there's a wide range of people in the Circuit Court that serve on many different things.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and now all of you are up for the retention judgeships. So what is retention? I mean, it sounds like a gastrointestinal thing.
Well, it's not medically related, I can assure you.
Okay.
But retention is the process that occurs every 6 years for particular judges. Judges have to be reelected or retained every 6 years, and that's the process that we're involved in at this point. The significance of that and what we're trying to do as the Retention Judges Committee is to promote intelligent voting. So that will lead to retaining the experienced judges. Each judge has a minimum of 6 years of experience.
Now, how many judges are there total that are up for retention?
Well, you might want to hold your breath on this one.
Okay.
There's about 70 judges.
Okay.
And that's another reason, if I can promote our website, Cook County
Please.
Judges.com, has biographical information on each one of these judges. And that's to further the voters' information and to give them an intelligent base to vote for the judges. So that's one thing that we think is important. And we realize that it's a challenge for the voters to go through and obtain this information. However, the information is available. And that's what we'd like the voters to do, is take a look at that and then consider voting yes for all of the experienced judges.
And basically, there are 70 separate check marks, or, there's no more chads and stuff, or X's.
That's correct. You have to vote yes or no for each judge, so you have to make 70 punches.
Yeah, I actually made the mistake of being a Project Leap election judge during a paper ballot year for judges in the 70s, and that was quite a job. It's a little bit easier now.
But if I may add,
sure,
it may be a little easier for the voters because we are on a separate green ballot, because we are nonpartisan. We're not Democrats, we're not Republicans. Judges, after they're elected, are nonpartisan. So I think the voters can feel a bit more comfortable in that regard. So,
very good. Judge Gordon, you are in the appeals court.
That's right, in the appellate court of Illinois.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about what that is and what you do along those lines. Now, there's only two appellate judges, if I'm not mistaken, in the retention thing.
Well, there's two appellate judges who are running on the appellate ballot for retention, and there are three judges in the circuit court who have been appointed to the appellate court, and they will be listed as circuit court judges with the designation that they have been appointed to the appellate court.
Huh. And why do you feel it's important that people vote in this particular race?
People don't realize, unless they've had a situation before a judge, but a judge is a person who can restrain your liberty. A judge is a person who could take your money or give you money. In the case of a domestic relations case, a judge is the person who's going to really decide your whole life, because it's going to decide who gets the custody of your children and what your visitation rights are going to be if you do not have the custody, what you have to pay in child support, things of that nature. So people who appear before judges, and before anyone meets their maker, you know, the chances are that they're going to be before a judge, whether it would be in domestic relations court or traffic court or criminal court. They're going to meet a judge, and the judge has a substantial impact on their life. And it's important for people to take the time, because many voters do not vote the retention ballot. They vote, this is going to be a presidential election. They vote for the president and some of the other offices, and when it comes to the judges, they're too busy, or they just don't know the judges and they don't want to vote for the judges. But the judge is the most important person to vote for, because the judge is the person who can really affect your life. And that's why it's important to have good, experienced judges.
Well, that leads me to the question of what a lot of people, like I'm privileged enough to be able to interview a number of you and get recommendations from people that are judges and that try things in court. What if people don't know the judges at all?
Well, if people do not know the judges, what they must understand is this, that these are experienced judges who are running. And the way statistics normally works out in the past, there's always been 10% of the people who vote no against all of the judges. No. And we need the good people of Cook County to be able to vote yes for the experienced judges. The people who vote no may be people who had problems with the criminal justice system or the civil justice system, and because of that, they're angry and they vote no because the judges followed the law and enforced the law. So it's important that the good people follow, the law, and understand that the judges are there to do a job and to vote yes for all of the judges who are on this retention ballot.
Yeah, I'll also add that, of course, the bar associations come out with various ratings. There's a number of them. And, of course, Jewish Chicago, which is free, so I can plug it. And I know the publisher very well. For those of you who don't watch, it's me. Anyway, we do our best. It's become such a popular thing over the years. People really want to know who the judges are and whether they're worth retaining or not. And I've actually I don't make those decisions myself. I have a panel of people, some of whom are judges, and our lawyers, very good lawyers who try things, and everybody has to come highly recommended through my secret society. Just no secret society. Well, but anyway, it's important to have really good, intelligent people who are active in the system, letting me know what's what and who's who.
Well, I could add to that. The newspapers will tell you about the judges. They'll tell you what their bar ratings are. You could visit our website and find out about every judge, what they've done in their career. So there's lots of ways to find out about the judges. But the most important thing is that the people who are running, are experienced judges, and these are the judges that we need. It takes a long time to become a good, experienced judge. I've been on the bench for over 12 years, and I think every day I become a better judge. And I think that that's important.
I think there's a lot to be said for experience and the type of person who wants to do it. Speaking of an experienced guy, I would be remiss if I wanted to give a special thanks to Ed McElroy, who's been gathering a number of the judges for me on the different segments. And Ed's a really good guy to work with, and I want to thank Ed very, very much for his help along these things. But okay, what would enlighten us a little, Judge Lipscomb? I mean, what would you? What should people know? How should people go about things?
You mean in order to be informed, or
or just inform us, and what we haven't talked about. You'd like to talk about anything you like.
Well, I would like to echo some of the things that Justice Gordon has mentioned. We do have people that, for various reasons, do vote no on the retention ballot, and they vote no, so to speak, automatically. And the problem with no votes like that is that they can potentially affect or remove perhaps a judge who might be very excellent. In other words, they're making that vote for perhaps emotional reasons or reasons other than being informed. So I think it's very important that we emphasize that fact, and that we make an effort here, as the committee is trying to do, to educate the public. And we do have that information available for them.
And you need 60% approval, and
that's correct. Of all the people that vote for the judges, we need 60%, which is a significant number. You know, it's not 50%, it's not 51% that would be in a general election. It is 60%. So we need people to be informed, and we need people to come out and vote intelligently. And we believe that if they do that, that they will retain the judges, the experienced judges that are on the ballot.
I want to thank very much my two guests. Judge Bob Gordon, thank you very much, Judge of the Appellate Court, and Judge Tom Lipscomb, who's Judge of the Circuit Court.
Thank you.
And I will be voting yes on both of these judges. And once again, thanks, Ed McElroy. And don't forget to check out Jewish Chicago, which will be free all over the place in October, where you can check out all the different ratings. Okay, thanks, everybody.